Right guys, Toyota Land Cruiser, basically it's getting a full restoration done on it. Obviously there's all the parts, basically in the engine, now in it. Basically it's the bare shell. Basically, it's had all the welding done, all new inner wheel arches, outer quarter panel, on both sides. I didn't do the welding. Whoever's done the welding, well, it's not the best, but obviously the customer was happy with the welding, so if he's happy, then I'm happy. So only thing I've done is the body work. Done the body work. Basically tried the parts on. All this was all caved in, stoved in. Whoever's done the welding work, he didn't try the bits on. So when you had the bit on, there was a big gap all the way down here. So I've had to cut it, put it all out, re-weld it, to get the gap nice. There's still a little gap there, but I've done that on purpose because there's like a black rubber seal that goes on this trim, and it sits up there nice and tight. So yeah, apart from that, everything else, like, everything fits. I've tried everything on, everything fits nicely. So I'm just on sanding the full panel down, ready for epoxy primer and then high build primer. Obviously I've got all underneath to do as well. So yeah, just gonna crack on sanding the panels down. Obviously a keyhole inside here, I've done there. I've still got a bit more repairs to do, but I'm just gonna get it all sanded down, get it where I'm happy, then I'm gonna concentrate on the panel work. Obviously you've got like pinholes, because it still needs a final skim of glaze to smooth everything out. This is just to rough it all in. Yeah. Yeah, let's crack on. I'm just going to try and show you as much as I can, because again, I don't want to hide anything from you. I've got no reason to. If there's something that you see and that you don't think is right, tell us, let me know. I'm still learning myself. Because again, there is people out there who are a lot better than I am. There's no doubt about that. There are more experienced people than I am. So if you have any advice, let me know, and I'll take it in and I'll try it and see what the crack is. When it comes to stuff like this, I like to do the body work that I can see. Then I like to high build it, sand the high build down, then that'll show us if there's any more body work that needs doing. because it'll show us the highs and lows, and obviously shows us like the imperfections. Now then from there, I like to do my body work on top of the primer, then prime it again for the final stage. That's what I think is the best way to do it. Ideally, it would be good to put it in a big like an acid bath, but I'm not a big fan of that either, because obviously if you put it in an acid bath, the only thing is basically it gets into places like here, gets into places like there, and obviously all inside here. So all of that's going to be bare metal, because I can't paint inside there. I can't get paint further enough inside there. Why? The liquid can get all the way in. So I'm not a big fan of it. Don't get us wrong, it is good, unless I put it in another bath for e-coating for the primer to sit in. But I don't know many people who do that now. So if you know anybody in the UK, let us know. Also sandblasting, I'm not a big fan of that either, because if you do it the wrong way, it warps the panel, so it creates more damage. So I try not to do that. So yeah, sorry about that. So sandblasting, I'm not a big fan of it either, because it is good in some situations, but for stuff like this, I think it warps the panel too much. So I like to do it the old fashioned way. Use DA with an 80 and just key it all down. Do it, which it's messy, but I like to do it because it doesn't distort the panel, doesn't warp it, doesn't damage the panel. Paint stripper, like I think that's the best way. It's messy, it is, but it doesn't cause any damage to the panel, it doesn't warp it, doesn't distort it. It's just paint stripper's the way forward, I think. But if any years has got different advice, let us know. And if you're convinced that it's not, then happy days. I'm all about learning. I'm all about trying to become better at my craft. So yeah. These are the two things I'm using today, a little DA and a big DA. Use this just to get in the little gaps, use this for the big panels. It's not much to it. Also a bit of advice, the best way to do stuff like this is to do one panel at a time. It's one panel at a time, and you can't, like, I've tried it before where I've tried to do the full thing at once, and then I started losing track of where I'm up to. So literally the best way to do stuff like this, just to do one section. So I'll stop up to here, and I'll just prep all of this out, and then once I'm happy with it, I'll move forward. Does it take longer? Yes. Is it a better result in the end? Yes. I've got ADHD as well, so I always forget where I put things. Yeah, I just want to make sure there's no shiny bits. Just make sure I sand it down nicely. Just what you do, put your primer on, it's gonna stick. Because if there's any shiny bits, it won't stick to it. Just try your best to get in all the little corners and crevices and all that. I'm using a 180 at the minute. I just want to make sure I get a nice adhesive to it, nice key. I know some people use 80 and high build over it, but it just takes a lot longer to sand down the primer with the 80 scratches, so 180 is rough enough, and it's easier to sand the primer down as well. Yeah, so that's it really. I haven't really got much to show you. It's just a boring part really of just sanding down. It's just time consuming part really. So yeah, if this has helped anyway, or if it hasn't, it's just been fun. Well, it hasn't been fun, it's been a boring video, but sadly that's what it's like in the trade. Some days are fun, most days are just boring or just sanding down really. So yeah, so it's nearly the weekend, so yeah, enjoy your weekend people, and crack on with some projects. Until next time.